Hello, welcome to another edition of Defending the Den. I'm your host, Scotty Wazz. How about that? If you're hearing my voice, obviously it's in a joyous mood, and it's preparing for another Robbie Cup season. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. The Maryland Black Bears advance in the East Division, win the East Finals, get their third East Division championship, and do it in quite exciting fashion against the Rochester Junior Americans as they look ahead now to Blaine, Minnesota. But before we get to where we're going, we got to know where we've been, and it starts all the way back at the beginning of the month, May 1, May Day, for the Black Bears as they start off in a big spot, 1v2, a matchup that a lot of people were looking forward to in the East Division, kind of midway through the season, kind of knew this is how it would end up. And the Black Bears really get up on a good note in the first game, and it starts just before the halfway point of the first period where Will Estabrooks gets his third of the playoffs. A good win back by Brady Ains. He gets it to Braden Wade. Wade gets it to Estabrook. Estabrook sneaks down, all off a faceoff, sneaks down the right-hand side, curls back around, shoots it at the head of Florian Wade, and it goes in. Black Bears up 1-0, 12:34 remaining in the first, and the offense would keep attacking there, but would not be able to find the twine in the rest of the first period. They'd have to wait for a while, even though offensively they were dominating. The ice was very tilted towards the Rochester net in the beginning of game one, and with 5:56 remaining in the second period, Graydon Insana, who has been tremendous since jumping on to this squad in the last couple games of the season, getting himself a nice spot, earning himself a spot in the regular lineup for the playoffs. He gets a nice little rebound, first kept in by Daniel Johnson. He throws it on net, gets redirected by Logan Dooling. Graydon Insana sweeps around the net, picks it up, puts it home for his second of the playoffs. Logan Dooling's second assist, Daniel Johnson's first assist of the playoffs. Black Bears up 2-0. They get it started early in the third, only 3:40 in. Owen Drury rips one home. A good keep of the line by Cole Peters, stopping it at the blue line, getting it down to Harrison Smith. Smith drops it to Drury. Drury rips it high and into the back of the net for his third of the year. Harrison Smith's 10th assist. Cole Peters' first assist. Black Bears up 3-0. And while Ryan Deans did face a little bit of commodity action there late in the game, it was really Braden Wade who really got people on their feet with 3:06 remaining. A good icing beat out by Braden Wade off a Trey Hinton outlet pass. Wade gets it to Ains. Ains works it back around to Wade. Wade picks it up with the heel of his stick, does a little Michigan top shelf for his first of the playoff. What a first of the playoffs, I'll tell you that. Ains' third assist, Trey Hinton's third assist. Black Bears win this one 4-0. As Ryan Deans makes 26 saves for the shutout victory to give Maryland a very succinct Game 1 victory. Obviously, Game 2, Rochester was going to come out swinging. They didn't want to go down 0-2 before going back to Rochester. Plus, they want a little bit of a nice little advantage for themselves, a nice little momentum change for themselves, and came out firing in a big way, out shooting Maryland 12-7. And really just kind of got up in a big way for themselves to just, pressure the net. Black Bears having a couple of defensive lapses here and there. I mean, just not good things. Luckily, coming out of the first period unscathed, 0-0. But early in the second period, 1:41 in, Murray Carnerva lets one rip through some traffic for his first of the year. Rochester up 1-0. Maryland would tie it back up, though, towards the middle of the frame as a great play by Braden Wade to keep the puck from being cleared by Rochester. He keeps it in the corner, intercepts that pass, throws it across to Graydon Insana. He tips it home for his third of the playoffs. Wade's fourth assist, Anthony Pelletieri with his first assist. Black Bears tied it up at 1, but with 3:20 remaining, Rochester would get the go-ahead goal going into the locker room as a shot from the point from Dexter Kickline goes off of Lucas Bellinger's skate and into the net. not a direct redirect. It literally, I think it came off the pad of Ryan Deans and right into the skate of Bellinger, and it goes in the net. Just a bad bounce there for the Black Bears. Rochester goes into the locker room up 2-1. Black Bears did all they could, out-shooting Rochester by a count of, the score sheet says 15-0. I think it's at least 15-1 because Keenan Dewberry gets his second in an empty netter with 55 seconds remaining. But Maryland pressed hard. They did have back-to-back power plays, couldn't find anything in there. Kudos to the Rochesters for going ahead and blocking a lot of shots, getting their sticks in the lane. But they go back and win the game 3-1 with Ryan Deans making 22 saves and this one. So 6 days off and then travel up to Rochester before they go ahead and take on Junior Americans in Game 3 on their home ice session. And a big Black Bear contingency up top. We travel well. And, again, traveling some more, including Maryland Black Bears alumni Michael Sandrick, apparently, in the crowd, hooting and hollering up against his old team, cheering for his old team against his old team. Very odd situation. But the Black Bears get it started hot, and I mean really hot, as only a minute and 3 seconds in, Ryan Franks breaks up a breakout play. He gets it. He leaves it for Harrison Smith. Smith winds around the net, finds Tanner Duncan wide open. Duncan powers it home for his 4th of the year. Harrison Smith's 11th assist, Ryan Frank's 4th assist. Black Bears up 1-0 very early, but it would all tie back up again less than a minute later as a turnover in their own zone leads to Cameron Doran with a short breakaway. He puts it home for his first. We are tied up at 1. Wouldn't be till after the midway point of the frame when Owen Drury would get his 4th. Wheeling down the left side, just rips it high, rips it home for his 4th of the year. Braden Wade's 5th assist, Daniel Johnson's 2nd assist. Black Bears up 2-1. That's where they would go into the second period, and the Black Bears do get a big extended power play due to Matt Ports checking Josh Fournette from behind. Someone leads you to believe just because Matt Ports is shorter, it shouldn't be a 5-10 or 5 in a game, and then the referees thought otherwise, and then they put him in the box. And the Black Bears do go to work on that, and Christopher Crummins gets himself his 3rd of the year, a redirect in the slot, not necessarily that high up, but he gets a redirect in the slot off of Harrison Smith's shot to make it a 3-1 game for the Black Bears on Crummins' 3rd, Smith's 12th assist, Tanner Duncan's 8th assist, a power play goal, and they can still score from that, and score again they did, as another power play given to them, giving them a 5-on-3, leads to Tanner Duncan hammering home a one-timer off a nice little setup pass from Harrison Smith. Duncan hammers home his 5th on the power play, up 4-1 with on Duncan's 5th. Smith's 13th assist, Will Esterbrook's 3rd assist. Black Bears, like I said, up 4-1. Fun doesn't stop there off a great keep-in by Harrison Smith. He feeds it down to Tanner Duncan. Duncan holds it for a bit. Daniel Johnson cycles in, picks up the puck from Duncan, skates from the half wall right to just about the slot area. He rips one home into the back of the net for his 1st of the playoffs. Duncan's 9th assist, Smith's 14th assist. Black Bears up 5-1. But with 1:55 remaining, Rochester would get on the board to get within 3 as Dexter Kickline scores one from a little bit far out there at the point. Puck works itself back around to the point. Kickline just finds it and just wires it. Get a little skate, had some room, puts it top shelf, makes it 5-2. No scoring in the 3rd. The Black Bears defense had a little block party weekend ahead of themselves, and they needed to, as the Black Bears PK was strong, given they had 4 back-to-back penalties against them. PK did their work, kept it out, and they get a win 5-2 in a big way. So Black Bears get that one. Ryan Deans makes 24 saves in this one. It sets them up for a Friday matchup that they can possibly clinch the East Division title. Didn't get started too great for Maryland, though, as they had to deal with a deficit early. Only 2:37 in. Keenan Dewberry is the benefactor of a 2-on-1. He puts it home for his 3rd of the year. Rochester up 1-0 early, and it would keep on coming as less than 2 minutes later, while on a 4-on-4, another odd man rush saw Leo Minuto get himself break it in on the defensive side, gets a pass, puts it home. It's 2-0 Rochester in the early going there. So the Maryland Black Bears having to fight back. They started to tilt the ice a little bit more that way as they would get some get some power play time, but not much power play time overall. And we would go into the first intermission with Rochester up 2-0. More penalties back and forth for each squad, but the Black Bears would cash in on one of their power play attempts as Trey Hinton gets a nice redirect from Josh Fournette as Fournette puts a shot on. Hinton taps it down. There you go. Hinton's first of the year. Fournette's second assist of the playoffs, and Liam Doherty's first assist of the playoffs. Black Bears 2 within 1. And Black Bears thought they had tied it up for a minute right after that, but unfortunately, referee had a little bit of a differing opinion as Josh Fournette looked to have scored the equalizer goal, but they determined that Owen Drury was in the gave a little goaltender interference. Despite the fact that he was outside of the crease, he never touched Florian Wade, and while Wade dropped his stick and motioned to the referee, he got interfered with. The overhead angle that they refused to show on the broadcast a second time or in arena, shockingly enough, showed there was much ado about nothing. So Black Bears still down by 1. Keep that fire in there, but with 1:05 left, Keenan Dewberry picks up a loose puck at the top of the circle. He rips it home with 1:05 remaining to make it 3-1 for Rochester. Third period was a frantic one, to say the least. The Black Bears just putting everything they can on net, and they were able to get themselves a nice little bounty for themselves. They have a couple power plays to start off the frame. Then one got nullified, unfortunately. But with 5:56 remaining, Brady Ains finds the loose puck at the side of the net off a nice little break-in by Daniel Johnson, and it pops out right to Ains. Ains puts it in the yawning net for his third of the playoffs. DJ gets his third assist. Vincent Close his third assist of the playoffs. Black Bears 2 within 1, and it looked like things were going the way of the Black Bears. Then they get a penalty with 2:05 remaining. So a lot of people just like, oh, that kind of halted a little bit of momentum. It's all right. Black Bears pull the goaltender, keep it 5-on-5. They draw a penalty with their pressure down low. It's 4-on-4, 5-on-4 when you put in the extra man. And with 25 seconds remaining, a guy who was just stalking that puck, he was able to retrieve it on a big scrum ahead of time. He stalked the open puck. The MVP of the NAHL, which we'll get to in a minute, Harrison Smith, finds the puck, puts it home for his second of the playoff to tie the game with 25 seconds remaining. Liam Doherty gets his second assist. Will Esterbrook his fourth assist. We are tied and going into overtime. And the Black Bears had 1:02 left in overtime power play time due to a late penalty that Rochester took. And next thing you know, right when the player gets out of the box, Harrison Smith takes a drop pass or a leave from Liam Doherty, who was playing down low. Smith winds himself up as he's buzzing around the zone the entire time, picks up the puck from Doherty, goes on his back foot, rips one home. Black Bears win this one in come-from-behind fashion. The team goes wild. The fans go wild. I was going wild in my living room. It was a great time for the Black Bears as they win 4-3, take the game, and then take the series by a count of 3-1. Smith's third goal, Liam Doherty's third assist, Trey Hinton's fourth assist, and the Black Bears get this one with Ryan Deans making 16 saves there. And boy, what a game on Friday. And really, when you look at it of the entirety of the playoffs, the Black Bears have had to face adversity in the clinching game both times. Like, they had to come from behind both times. It was back and forth games both times. So the Black Bears, really showing that grit, really showing that determination, really showing that relentlessness that they have been known for this entire season. So where does that leave us now? Well, East Division title, that's nice. but it's off to Blaine as the Black Bears will partake in the Robertson Cup Final Four. The top 4 teams, record-wise, in the league all won their divisions, and they will all convene on Blaine starting on Friday night. The Black Bears are the 1 seed. They will take on the Lone Star Brahmas, a rematch of the 2024 championship game. Whole different array of people behind the bench, save the coaches, as the coaching staffs, I do believe, remain the same, except maybe a change here or there. But a 3-game series there. How it's going to work, best of 3, Friday night at 5 o'clock Eastern, Saturday night at 5 o'clock Eastern, Sunday, if necessary, at 4 p.m. Eastern. And all the games can be found on NAHL TV, or if you're in the area, go to Chesapeake Relay Brewery for the watch parties. There will be all 3 TVs, boom, 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 all on the Black Bears game. So go along down, and if you can, I mean, 5 o'clock on Friday is a heck of a time, but it's also a good time to maybe get out early. So go on and cheer the Black Bears Friday night. Unfortunately, other things have come up, so I will not be able to there. I'll be there Saturday. Come on down Friday and Saturday. Enjoy it. Pick me up and all that other fun stuff while I'm down, and it's a good time. So there you go with that. It is award season as well, and I had mentioned previous to that as the Black Bears did bring a haul of things home, and it starts off with Harrison Smith, who, again, we mentioned that just how much this kid has been able to grow this season, 96 points on the year, and lo and behold, he makes a huge difference for the Black Bears this year as he wins NAHL Most Valuable Player for the season. And I mean, it's hard. It'd be, again, it's one of those things where if he didn't, it would be very confusing because of what he's meant to this team, how he's been able to pick other guys up. And alas, here he is getting there, the Wellington, Florida native, getting things done. He has had a busy week, so we'll talk a little bit about that whole week. But 96 points on the season in 49 games, 24 goals, 72 assists for the Black Bears. And, I mean, he's working it, too. 17 goals, or 17 points in 7 games in the playoffs so far, so he has been working in the playoffs, too. So he gets Most Valuable Player honors. He also gets Forward of the Year for the league, the NAHL Forward of the Year. Obviously, that you would think goes hand in hand. All NAHL team and all East Division team as well for Harrison Smith. Tanner Duncan also joining Harrison Smith in this because Tanner Duncan, let's be honest, Tanner Duncan had himself a year as well with 28 goals and 75 points this season for the Black Bears. A huge, huge increase from what he had last year. And, of course, 14 points in 7 games, 2 points per game for the Ridgefield, Connecticut native in his last season before he heads off to Stonehill College next year. So congratulations to both of them, and congratulations to Clint Milamach. He is the NAHL Coach of the Year. I mean, what more can you say about what Coach Clint's been able to do to this team? 49 wins this season, just a multitude of records broken, and for him to see this through from day one to now, and just to see the growth of the team, it's been huge, and he has been the factor behind it, bringing in the right people, having the right people around, making sure everyone kind of fits in here, there, and everywhere. A huge success. I mean, he won GM of the Year a couple years back, and now he's putting a Coach of the Year on his mantelpiece as well. So congratulations to Coach Clint and to Harrison and Tanner for their accolades. But work still to be done, as 3 more wins until the big prize that everyone can join in and enjoy. So we will see how it goes down. Starts Friday night, 5 p.m., the early starts for the Black Bears. You can listen in on NAHL TV and at Chesapeake Real Ale Brewery. You will not hear the dulcet tones of Alex Utano, unfortunately, as the NAHL is bringing in one person to do all the games, a neutral party. So we will see how that all pans out. This is, again, what I've been hearing, so we will see if, in fact, that does come to fruition. So whatever it is, whoever's calling the game, it's going to be a good one. Your Black Bears are in the Final Four, where they want it to be. Now, 3 wins separate them from the ultimate checklist item that they need. We will see what happens. Next show will be our last show of the season. Win, lose, or draw. If you draw, that'd be really weird if we had a tie game in there somewhere. But stay tuned for all that. Defending Den MBB, clutchandcrabhockey.com. We'll have all kinds of updates and stuff with that. So that's it. That's all. I'm Scotty Wazz. Take care of yourself and someone else. This has been Defending the Den, part of the Face Off Hockey Show, media faction and podcast monsters. Appreciate your time as always. You guys have been great in supporting, and here's hoping we can make sure we can get this weekend going, get till Tuesday, and be really sleepy on Wednesday due to the excitement of all that happened. So we will see how it goes. Let's go Black Bears, and we'll talk to you next time through. Peace.